Hello and welcome everyone. This is Mohammad Izamam from SAIMEDHA ECET Coaching Center Koti, Hyderabad. SAIMEDHA Koti, Hyderabad is providing a golden opportunity to all the ECET 2024 and as well as ECET 2025 students. ఎవరైతే ఫైనల్ ఇయర్ లో ఉన్నారో, ఎవరైతే థర్డ్ సెమిస్టర్ లో ఇప్పుడు చదువుతున్నారో, SAIMEDHA Koti, Hyderabad is providing the online coaching and as well as offline coaching for it. Ranks గురించి చెప్పాలంటే SAIMEDHA Koti, Hyderabad లో every single time, every single year we have proven that maximum ranks in all the branches ECE, EEE, mechanical, civil and computer science లో top 5 branches లో state first rank తో పాటు maximum ranks in top 10 and top 50 లో కూడా maximum ranks are there. In this video lecture series in the YouTube, we are going to be updating every single day for all the branches subject wise and as well as topic wise. Previous ECET examination questions will be explained by expert faculties. My dear students, గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఓన్లీ ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ క్వశ్చన్స్ కొరకే సపరేట్ కోర్స్ ఉంటుంది, పే చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది బయట మార్కెట్లో. కానీ SAIMEDHA Koti, Hyderabad లో ఫ్రీ ఆఫ్ కాస్ట్ we are providing that series guys in this very YouTube channel. So those who have not subscribed the channel, subscribe now and press the bell icon to be notified for the further more updates. Every day subject wise, topic wise, previous ECET examination questions with which you can understand the level of teaching, the expertise which is there in the SAIMEDHA Koti, Hyderabad. So my dear students, what are you waiting for? Start watching all the video series in this YouTube channel. At the end of the video, I'll be coming back to give you a surprise for all the ECET 2024 and ECET 2025 aspirants. So share this video as much as possible for all the final year students and third semester students. Now let's start the video.
Students, here we are discussing transmission line gunshot bits. In our ECET exam, from this transmission line, minimum 3 questions are coming. So according to syllabus, I divided 4 topics: primary constants, secondary constants and characteristics of transmission lines, part 1. Then after that, input impedance and different cases, part 2. And third part, standing wave ratio and reflection coefficient, and last topic is impedance matching devices. From every topic one question is coming. So I divided this transmission line syllabus into 4 topics. In topic 1 we are discussing equivalent circuit of transmission line, primary constants, secondary constants and transmission line characteristics in lossless and distortionless. Compulsory one question will come from these 4 topics. In second topic we are discussing input impedance in different cases, and third topic is standing wave ratio and reflection coefficient, and last topic is impedance matching. See here, the characteristic impedance of a 2-wire lossy transmission line is equal to. Here I am considering the transmission line equivalent circuit. This is transmission line equivalent circuit. This is transmission line equivalent circuit. The transmission line equivalent circuit consists of 4 parameters: R, L, G, C. R, L, G, C. R is known as series resistance, L is known as series inductance, G is known as shunt conductance, C is known as shunt capacitance. R series resistance, L series inductance, G shunt conductance, C shunt capacitance. Here units also very important. Resistance units here ohms per meter, ohms per meter. Inductance units, series inductance units Henry per meter. Capacitance, shunt capacitance units farads per meter, and shunt capacitance units mho per meter. These 4 are known as primary constants. See here, in this equivalent circuit, resistor and inductor are in series, so I am considering a series impedance Z. Series impedance Z equal to, I am writing here, R plus j omega L. R plus j omega L is what? Series impedance. Similarly, the shunt conductance and shunt capacitance are in parallel, so I am considering a shunt admittance. A shunt admittance I am considering, that is Y, where Y equals to G plus j omega. G plus j omega C. What is Z? Series impedance. What is Y? Shunt admittance. Series impedance equals to R plus j omega L. Shunt admittance equal to G plus j omega C. So from this, characteristic impedance Z0 equal to under root of Z by Y, where Z is series impedance, Y is shunt admittance, that equal to, I am writing formula, under root of R plus j omega L, R plus j omega by G plus j omega C, G plus j omega C. So here option 3 is the correct answer. The characteristic impedance of a transmission line is under root of R plus j omega L by G plus j omega C. Sometimes they are asking in terms of series impedance, shunt admittance also. That's why I explained here Z0 is equals to under root of Z by Y. Next question. Match this list 1. Match list 1, list 2. Here list 1 is given as characteristic impedance, propagation constant, the sending end input impedance when the line is terminated in its characteristic impedance. Students, here there are two secondary constants. One is characteristic impedance Z0, second one is propagation constant gamma. So here I am explaining characteristic impedance and propagation constant from primary constants, that is Z0 is equals to, I am writing here, under root of R plus j omega L divided by G plus j omega C, Z0 equals to, what is the formula? Under root of R plus j omega L by G plus j omega C. Similarly, propagation constant gamma is equals to, under root of R plus j omega L into G plus j omega C. Number of times they ask direct question also here. Z0 characteristic impedance, gamma propagation constant, formulas in terms of primary constants. What are primary constants here? R, L, G and C. Just now I explained R plus j omega L means what? It is a series impedance, and G plus j omega C is what? Shunt admittance. So I am writing here Z0 and gamma formula in terms of Z and Y, that is Z0 is equals to under root of Z by Y, and gamma equals to formula under root of Z into Y. Z0 equal to under root of Z by Y, gamma equal to under root of Z into Y. So here compare propagation characteristic impedance Z0 is under root of Z by Y. List 1 lo option A is what? 2. Here option 2, here option 2 is there. Propagation constant is what? Propagation constant is option 1, root Z into Y. So in option 2, option 3, see here only option 3 is B1. So actually option 3 is correct, and the remaining third one is what? The sending input impedance Zs when the line is terminated in its characteristic impedance, that is under root of Y by Z. So your correct answer is option 3 is the correct answer. Option 3 is the correct answer. Next question. The shunt admittance of a transmission line is given by, just now explain, G plus j omega C is a shunt admittance, and remember R plus j omega L is series impedance. Shunt admittance. Next question. The characteristic impedance of a transmission line depends on. So here option 4 is the correct answer. Next question. Intrinsic propagation constant of a medium. So here gamma is asking, that equals to, remember formula, under root of j omega mu into sigma plus j omega epsilon. What is sigma? Conductivity. What is sigma? Conductivity. What is mu? Permeability. What is mu? Permeability. And what is epsilon? Permittivity. Epsilon is what? Permittivity. So why I am explaining these three terms? Because these three are medium parameters. These three, what are the three? Epsilon, mu and sigma. Sometimes you will ask only one. What is the medium parameter in electric field only? That is permittivity. What is the medium parameter in magnetic field? That is permeability only. What are the medium parameters in electromagnetic fields antadu? Akkada electromagnetic waves lo appudu sigma, epsilon, mu. So here what is the correct answer means into j omega mu into sigma plus j omega epsilon. Option 1 is the correct answer. And remember this propagation constant units also, that is per meter. Answer is what? Per meter. And what is the formula here in terms of medium parameter? Under root of j omega mu into sigma plus j omega epsilon. Sometimes in our ECET exam they asked question, propagation constant is a complex number. Propagation constant is a complex number means gamma equal to alpha plus j beta. This question is also asked here. Gamma equals to alpha plus j beta. What is alpha here? Attenuation constant. And what is beta here? Phase constant. Gamma propagation constant, alpha attenuation constant, beta phase constant. Sometimes the same question they are asking, what is the real term, what is the imaginary term here? Because propagation constant is a complex number. Complex number means what? Which consists real as well as imaginary. Here real term is what? Attenuation constant, and imaginary term is what? Phase constant. And you remember units also, attenuation constant units Napier per meter and phase constant units radian per meter. So here option 1 is the correct answer. Next question. For a lossless transmission line, see here, a transmission line is said to be lossless. A transmission line is said to be lossless when means when the resistance, when the transmission lines here, when the resistance value is 0 and the conductance value is also 0, means the transmission lines, the conductor of the transmission line, must be a good conductor. Good conductor means what here? R equal to 0, and the dielectric medium between the two conductors, must be a perfect dielectric. So what is the definition of transmission line, or what is the condition of transmission line when it is lossless? Remember, a transmission line is said to be lossless if the conductor of the transmission line is perfect conductor and the dielectric medium between the two conductors is perfect dielectric. When it is a perfect conductor, R equal to 0. When it is a perfect dielectric, G equal to 0. So they asked condition here. When the transmission line is lossless, R is 0, series resistance 0, R 0, statement 1 is given, shunt conductance 0, statement 2 is given, shunt conductance infinity, G equal to infinite, and series resistance R equal to infinite. So in 4 options, which options are correct is asking. Series resistance is 0 and shunt conductance is 0, R equal to 0 and G equal to 0 is a condition for lossless transmission line. Dine theoretical ga adutadu. A transmission line is said to be lossless if the conductor of the transmission line is perfect conductor and the dielectric medium between the two conductors is perfect dielectrics. So ikkada statement 1 correct, statement 2 correct, so option 1 is correct. Option 1 lo 1 and 2 ani ichchadu kabatti option 1 is correct. Next question. The capacitance per unit length and the characteristic impedance of a lossless transmission line are C and Z naught respectively. Then the velocity of a travelling wave on the transmission line. So here first you check, the condition is given, the transmission line is lossless. The condition is what? The transmission line is lossless. So when the transmission line is lossless, what is the velocity formula? Here 1 by under root of LC. What is the formula here? Vp equal to 1 by under root of LC, velocity units meter per second. But is not asking the formula in terms of L and C. Is asking indirect method. Is given two inputs. What are the two inputs? Capacitance value given as C and characteristic impedance given as Z naught. So is asking now the velocity of a transmission, the velocity of propagation or phase velocity formula is asking in terms of Z naught and C. In a lossless transmission line, Z naught formula is under root of L by C, ohms. So what is Z naught formula in lossless transmission line? Under root of L by C. How means? Just now I explained in first question, Z naught equal to characteristic impedance of a transmission line, that equal to under root of R plus j omega L by G plus j omega C. Here the transmission line is lossless, that means R equal to 0, G equal to 0, then Z naught characteristic impedance in a lossless becomes as under root of L by C. Here what is velocity formula? 1 by under root of LC. So to convert this formula in terms of Z naught, I am writing, see here, 1 by under root of L by C. 1 by under root of L by C. So here I am dividing with root C. That's why I am multiplying with root C. Root C. And again one more root C. Root L by C into root C into root C. What is root L by C? That is Z naught. Root L by C is what? Z naught. And root C into root C, that is C. So what is the answer here? 1 by Z naught into C is the answer. The velocity of a travelling wave in the transmission line is V equal to 1 by Z naught into C. Option 2 is the correct answer. Option 2 is the correct answer. Next question. The characteristic impedance of an 80 centimeter long lossless transmission line having L equal to 0.25 microhenry per meter and C equal to 100 picofarads per meter will be. Again they asked question related to lossless transmission line. Just now I explained here, characteristic impedance in a lossless transmission line is Z naught is equals to under root of L by C. Z naught is equals to under root of L by C, and L value is given as 0.25 microhenry. Micro means how much? 10 power minus 6 Henry per meter, and capacitance value is given as 100 picofarads. 100 pico means 10 power minus 12 farads per meter. L value given as 0.25 microhenry per meter and C value is given as 100 picofarad per meter. Then is asking what? Characteristic impedance. Z naught is equals to, I am substituting 0.25 into 10 power minus 6 divided by 100 into 10 power minus 12 pico. So 100 into 10 power minus 12 becomes as 10 power minus 10. 10 power minus 10 is now denominator. Now I am writing that is in numerator. That becomes 10 power 10. 10 power 10 into 10 power minus 6. That becomes as 10 power 4. So directly I am writing here. See here, 25 into 100. Students, once I am explaining simplification, 100 into 10 power minus 12 becomes as 10 power minus 10, that is in denominator. Now I am writing in numerator 10 power plus 10. 10 power plus 10 into 10 power minus 6, 10 power 4. 10 power 4 into 0.25, I am writing 25 into 10 square, that is 100. Root 25, that is 5, root 100 is 10, that equal to 50 ohms. What is characteristic impedance units? Ohms. So correct answer is 50 ohms is the answer. 50 ohms is the answer. Here everyone knows formula, but simplification is very important. Here inductance is given in micro and capacitance is given in pico, and you are simplifying in root. That is very important. So the answer is 50 ohms. Option 3 is the correct answer. Next question. A lossless transmission line of length L is open circuited. Then it has characteristic impedance Z0. What is the input impedance? See here, I am considering a transmission line having length L, and secondary constants Z0 and gamma. Z0 and gamma secondary constants, and what is the length of the transmission line here? L. Here is given one condition when the transmission line is open circuited. So when it is open, you remember ZR, receiving end impedance, ZR equal to infinity. When it is open circuited, you remember ZR equal to infinity. Sometimes they are asking question related to short circuit, then you consider ZR equal to 0. So here what is ZR? Receiving end impedance. So when the transmission line is open circuited, then what is its input impedance is asking. See here. So here everyone knows input impedance formula, compulsory one question related. Z input equals to I am writing here Z0 into ZR plus JZ0 tan beta L, divided by Z0 plus JZR tan beta L. You must remember this formula, because by using this formula only we are explaining different cases, nearly 6 cases we are discussing. So what formula here? Z0 into ZR plus JZ0 tan beta L by Z0 plus JZR tan beta L. Here condition is given is what? Transmission line is open circuited. ZR equal to how much? Infinity. So I am considering in numerator and denominator ZR is common. When ZR is common, JZ0 by ZR become as 0. Here also Z0 by ZR become as 0. Then when the transmission line is open circuited, the input impedance formula becomes as Z0 by J tan beta L. Z0 by J tan beta L. Now J is in denominator. I am writing in numerator, it become as minus J Z0, 1 by tan is what? Cot, minus J Z0 cot beta L. You remember it is a standard bit. So when the transmission line is open circuited, you must remember this formula ZOC, that is open circuited input impedance formula is minus JZ0 cot beta L. How? First you remember this input impedance formula. When it is open circuited, ZR equal to infinity, then I am taking in numerator denominator, ZR is common, then Z0 by ZR becomes 0, Z0 by J tan beta L, 1 by J, that is in denominator, I am writing in numerator, it become as minus J, 1 by tan is what? Cot beta L. ZOC equals to what? Minus J Z0 cot beta L. Option 3 is the correct answer. Next question. The characteristic impedance of a lossless transmission line is given by, just now explain, characteristic impedance Z0 is equals to formula under root of R plus J omega L divided by G plus J omega C. Here is mentioned the condition is a lossless transmission line. In lossless transmission line, what is the condition? R equal to 0 and G equal to 0. When R equal to 0, G equal to 0, then Z naught is under root of L by C, ohms. So here the correct answer is option 4 is the correct answer. Option 4 is the correct answer.
So my dear students, for ECET 2024 and ECET 2025, SAIMEDHA KOTI Hyderabad is providing maximum concessions in this very week. Offline students gavachu, online students gavachu, online plus offline students gavachu, morning batches, evening batches, day batches, full day batches, online courses with materials gurinchi SAIMEDHA KOTI Hyderabad in this very week, guys, in this very week only we are providing the maximum concessions. A concessions evaithe unnayo, concessions ఏ విధంగా ఉంటది, batches ఏ విధంగా ఉంటాయి, with materials, without material, online coaching, total మీకు ఏ డౌట్ ఉన్నా సరే ఆ కన్సెషన్స్ మాక్సిమం ఏమున్నాయి అంటే మనకు మొబైల్ నంబర్స్ ఇక్కడ స్క్రోలింగ్ లో ఆల్రెడీ ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. సో స్క్రోలింగ్ అవుతున్న మొబైల్ నంబర్స్ కి కాంటాక్ట్ చేయండి అండ్ జాయిన్ ఇన్ ద SAIMEDHA KOTI Hyderabad as soon as possible. Don't miss this opportunity of getting the maximum concessions, guys. Thank you very much. In this video series, every single day we are going to be updating subject wise, topic wise, previous ECET examination questions. I wish you all the best. This is Mohammad Inzamam signing off.